Hey guys and gals, one of the big deals in fishing nowadays is obviously tying braided line to monofilament line or fluorocarbon line or fluorocarbon coated line, some other type of line, or even if you're just tying a heavy line to a lighter line, like tying fiberglass, fluorocarbon to fluorocarbon, monofilament to monofilament or whatever. But one of the big deals is tying braid, because we use braid mostly on spinning reels nowadays. We use braid on casting using 50 and 80 pound braid, stuff like that on the bigger stuff. Sometimes we'll have 50 pound braid or 80 pound braid, and we will move down and tie maybe even a 17 or 20 pound test leader to it. So how do you tie those two together? Well, there's a lot of different ways to do it. To me, quite honestly, they're all difficult. They're all hard. A double uni seems to be the best, and I don't tie it very well. I don't tie it real pretty, but I'm going to show you how to do it, because it is probably the simplest to remember to learn how to tie when you're out there fishing. And I normally tie a fairly long leader just because of the fact that I want to use up that leader. But if you get hung up, a lot of times you'll break it, and it'll break right up close to the knot. The knot won't break. A double uni is a good knot. It holds in there really, really well. I'm going to show you how to tie that. All right, here we go. I've got over here, I've got some 50 pound braid. I've got some 20 pound and 20 pound. And this is what you tie a lot of times if you're flipping. You got heavy stuff. Now you want to take the line, and you like one going one way and one going the other. Now I just happen to have the braid over here. It doesn't matter what you start with. I've got the braid. I'm going to go from this right hand side. And you're going to come over here with the braid. I'm simply going to make a loop. And now one of the problems I have a lot of times is not making a large enough loop. So make a loop over here where you've got both the monofilament line or fluorocarbon, whatever you got, and the braid in your hand. I'm going to come over here and I'm simply going to wrap this. And my fingers don't operate as good as they did 30 or 40 years ago. But I'm going to wrap that. I'm going to go inside that loop. Come around here. I'm going to go inside the loop. I'll get around here to get it. With my braided line. And we'll go around 6 or 8 times. 4 times really is usually plenty. We'll come around here, go around that, go inside the loop. And this is the problem I have, because I can't get a real good hold of it. And come around again, and go around. Now when you go in there, you see I'm using that other finger to kind of push that through that loop. Now a lot of guys will simply hold it with 2 fingers and go around, but it doesn't matter how you do it. Once you've gone 6 or 7 times, then take the end that you're going through the loop with. Now let it go there, and you're going to pull that tight. I'm going to take it and we'll pull that tight and see what's happening. You're making a single uni knot. Exactly what you do is make a single uni. Now I'm not going to tighten that down real tight. And now if you want, you can just switch around, which is the easiest thing probably to do. Switch around so you're going the same direction. And now that's the only advantage of that. You can turn around and do it on the other side. It doesn't matter. And now again, I'm going to make a loop. If you need more line, you can always pull more line out. I'm going to simply make another loop there. Now I'm going to pull this where I'm holding both lines, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to wrap that. Probably all you need to do on your monofilament end is 4 loops. So I'm going to go around like this. 1, push it through, 2, 3. Push it through that loop. Now you don't have to push it through. A lot of people will use 2 fingers over here and get a hold of it, and then simply stick their fingers through the loop and get it. 4 times is plenty on your monofilament. You can go 5 or 6 if you want. If you don't have enough courage to believe you can tie a good knot. And then again, you see how that knot. Now again, I'm not going to cinch that down too tight. And then I'm going to simply take these and take the ends out here and pull those 2 together. You see what's happening right there? Now you probably want to stick that in your mouth and wet it a little bit. I'd wet all the knots, all 3 of them, really. I didn't do that because I'm showing how to tie. But you see what's happening there? It's simply going together. Very nice and pretty and easy. Now I'm going to get over here and pull it real tight. Real tight, as hard as you can pull. Now, you've got a really small knot there. Now, here's where a lot of people make a mistake. You want to cut these tag ends off as close as you can. I'm telling you guys, don't leave anything out there. Get your pliers down close to the knot. Cut them off as close as you possibly can. I've got braid there, so I probably should be using my little Bass Pro Shop scissors, and I get a little tighter than that. You can actually cut them off both at the same time if you use scissors. Get down close. You see how close I'm getting there? Now don't cut your main line. Get down close because you want a small knot. Now that knot will not come loose. You want that knot to be as small as possible to go through your guides. Now I left a little tag there. I'm going to cut that off a little bit more. But you want that thing down close, 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 close. These cutters are not near as good as the Bass Pro Shop scissors. You see how small that knot is? And that knot will hold. That's 50 to 20. That's 50 to 20. Guys and girls, learn how to tie that double uni knot. I'm sure you will tie it better than me. Remember, I sure do love you.